For my interviews regarding the use of technology, I talked to teachers here in Taiwan and from my cohort around the globe. I was able to get information from teachers of different levels: kindergarten, cram school, and elementary and university. The first question I asked is, what technology do you use in the classroom? Teachers of young learners used apps like YouTube paired with a Bluetooth speaker and a device to play music, show pictures, and show videos. Higher level educators, on the other hand, use software like PowerPoint to do presentations or show pages and slides. University students would also have their own devices with which they were encouraged to use for research. There was also a stark difference in how often they used their tech. Teachers of younger kids used it on a daily basis, the elementary school teacher used it weekly, and the university professor reported using tech in the classroom maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. Outside of the classroom too, there was also a difference in what tech was used. Teachers of younger learners primarily used the internet and sites such as Pinterest or for creative inspiration to find ideas for classes. The elementary teachers loved Class Dojo to communicate as well as monitor kids' behaviors. They also used Raz-Kids to help with their reading, whereas at higher level, software such as Word and Google Suite were used for organization, lesson plans, and PowerPoint presentation. Perhaps because at a higher level of education, the students themselves are more independent, therefore the onus is on them to come up with the ideas and creativity. With regard to differentiation, Raz-Kids and Raz Plus was mentioned a few times. It helps give learners more access to a level suitable content, allows teachers to see where students' abilities are, and it's a fun way for the students to track their own progress, and it gives them responsibility for their own learning pace. Teachers also reported that children who are falling behind could be provided with links to sites, videos and exercises that can help reinforce what they have already been taught or need help with. I've also used sites like YouTube to play to the class so that I can whisk away a few stragglers and work on them in smaller groups to catch up on something I feel they need to work more on. All the teachers were very positive with regards to the use of technology. Tech helped make lessons more engaging and meaningful. All agreed that the use of tech was also very important and integral for the students' futures. Favorite tech tools were definitely smartphones. When I asked teachers if they could have one piece of technology to help them, most requested a smartboard or tablets for each student, both of which could be used for class collaboration or differentiation, being able to accommodate different learning styles. The Getting to Know You survey was conducted on 8 children, all of whom were in either the first or second grade of elementary school between the ages of 6 and 8. The questions were age appropriate and fun. As the children were all learning English as a second language, I kept the questions short and concise. I used emojis to illustrate what the question was and make the questionnaire itself look more appealing to students. Questions such as who do you live with and do you have any pets were designed to help understand the students' living arrangements and background. Asking about their after-school clubs and favourite classes gave me insight into their skills, interests, abilities and talents, whether it was playing a musical instrument or being able to swim. Favourite foods told me a little about their diets as well as their tastes, while asking about things like what scares you and what should I know about you gave me important information on their fears and even their physical well-being. I found that one child had a huge fear of dogs, which was good to know as I sometimes bring my dog to school to teach the children about pet care. These questions also allow me to find out important information, such as one child having a peanut allergy and another having diabetes. Asking them what I could do as a teacher to help them also gave some interesting answers. Though most gave the usual play more games kind of response, some students requested class activities such as learning to make paper aeroplanes. A boy who often struggled with writing asked if we could draw more in class, and York, a boisterous young man who often seeks attention, just asked me to listen to him more. Finally, I also asked about how they use the internet at home. All were too young to have their own computer or device, though some claim to have their own cell phone. Pretty much all of them use the internet to watch TV, YouTube or Netflix. Some had gaming consoles such as the Nintendo Switch, though most of them just use their parents' cell phones to again watch TV and play games. I sometimes suggest a YouTube video or an app to parents to help support what they are learning in class, whether it's just a video of a song about the weather or a game that helps you write ABC. I find both parents and kids are very open to using learning games. I was unable to send the questionnaires to the students, so I printed it out and gave each child a copy and conducted it during one of my lessons. I was able to use the class computer and projector to show the kids each question on the whiteboard and explain in a little more detail how to answer. I'd only been teaching this class a few weeks, so the questionnaire also allowed me to gauge the students' comprehension, listening and writing abilities. The simple format, emojis and projector allowed the students to easily comprehend the meaning of the questions, as well as what question we were currently answering. With questions such as name, age, family and internet use, answers were pretty closed and the students were able to write answers down using examples that I wrote on the whiteboard. For more open questions such as interests and favourite food, responses were more diverse, so the ability to write down answers by themselves was limited. Therefore, I allowed kids to draw pictures to illustrate their meanings. Questions in which I asked them about their thoughts and opinions were a little trickier, as they were unable to either write or draw pictures to properly express what they were thinking. We resorted to speaking in a mix of English and Chinese as a class so that we could be fully understood. Once I had all the completed questionnaires, I was then able to input the data into Google Sheets. By linking a Google form to a Google Sheet, it allows you to analyze all the data from a questionnaire, quiz, or a checklist in different ways, including charts. I was impressed at how Google Forms was able to immediately correlate and present answers in a clear and practical way. Even using it for the first time to carry out a simple questionnaire, I could see the benefits in using such a simple tool for teaching. It was quick and easy to use, great for making quizzes, and I'm sure it'll make testing and grading easier too. Since it's cloud-based, distributing anything you create is as simple as sharing a link. Collaborating with other teachers and sharing quizzes and editing them to fit your students' need could all be done too. There are options for locked quizzes too to keep students focused and is ideal for when you have a time limit on tests. Finally, it was free, which on a teacher's salary is always a bonus. So, this is Tai Dong, Taiwan, a little sleepy town on the east coast. This is where my wife is from, and I'm right behind her house right now. We've got the mountains over there, and here to the east is the ocean. That's about 5 minutes away. Maybe I'll do a video over there next time.